Hello guys, it's Mungai Eve. Welcome to the Mungai Eve show, and of course we're the #1 online TV show. And guys, of course, I'm here with Nairofey. I know most of us have been seeing this story. Imekuwa make rounds online, yani hadi kwa WhatsApp, yani kila mahali. And I was like, let me find this girl, tukae chini tupige story, atuambie what exactly happened, ni nini inaendelea, juu hata tumechanganyikiwa. Anyway, Esther, uko aje?
Niko poa.
Asijui nikuite Esther,
sounds so wrong.
Mleza
niita zote. I think soon I'll be Esther to change the name, so yeah, Esther it is.
Esther it is. Before we get to the story, Nairofey ilitoka wapi?
Nairofey ilitoka kwa Bebe Duncan. He used to call me Nairofey even before I started YouTube. So when we started YouTube, tulikuwa tunatafuta ni jina gani ina mtu blah blah blah. I didn't want to call myself the name Esther because I knew I'll be a brand and I'll open lines of things. So nilikuwa najiambia I cannot have a cloth line that's called Esther. So what can we call it? So tuka decide tuende na jina Nairofey. Yeah.
Okay. The fact that you guys maybe are not together right now, ndio inafanya maybe you mention at some point you're going to change the brand. Ndio inafanya utabadilisha.
Yeah. That's the reason cause okay, I think I don't want to talk much about that, lakini I feel like he's feeling like he gave me the name Nairofey, and maybe he's feeling like I owe him because of the name Nairofey. So I want to be Esther, and I want my people to watch me as Esther, not as the Nairofey he feels like I owe him.
Okay, I've watched a video that you dropped on how you guys met, the relationship venye ilianza na hadi mkafika into marriage. But now I don't want us to go back there. Tuanze kuna rate nini. They can go and check by the way on her YouTube channel. But mimi naweza taka kujua like when did things started going south? Ni lini mambo ilianza kuharibika na ilikuwaje hadi kafika at this point? Because most people nilikuwa nimewauliza maswali wanajiuliza mbona hawange solve hizi issues offline, you know. Vitu zilianza kuharibika when
2022. I think the whole of 2022 we were not okay, but we were struggling in the marriage, and I think we really tried to work on it so many times, only that the online people didn't know because I didn't show that. So I think the struggle started in 2022 kianza. So the whole of that year imekuanga tu panda shuka, we are on, we are off, like that.
Okay, what was the main issue yenye ilifanya kuko na struggle?
The first thing was your time in Russia. I think after the war came, I expected him to make a different decision from the one he made, because I was supposed to go so that we can move in. I was tired of long distance, and I wanted us to settle down and start life, you know, and focus on one thing, because as a family we don't have a conjoined business as I thought, because I didn't know this is ours together. So I wanted to settle down. I wanted us to plan on having a home, kids and all that. But so since he went to Russia, I expected since the war is out, he will choose to come home and be with me and we work. But akakata, and I think that's where now we started kupitana, because I couldn't understand mbona yataki kuja home and just settle down and work with me. So I think I started.
Alibaki huko?
Yeah, he wanted to go to US to his sister, but luckily akapata a job in Dubai, so akasema atenda Dubai instead of Kenya. So it was either any other thing but coming home. So I think I found that not so good.
How did you react to it? How comes you are not able to solve it until sasa pahali vitu zimefika?
No, actually that's not the main reason why we have drifted. I think it's because I haven't, at this point that we are shooting, I haven't posted the part 2. That was just the beginning of us kupitana. So I think I started doubting him. I started feeling like, are you ever planning to come and live with me? Are you ever planning to come and work on things with me? What's your plan? Because niliona we are not going to the same direction. So I think tukaanza kudautiana. Nikaanza ku raise issues, but he wasn't willing to talk about some things. He was making plans by himself, so I think that's where the ship started sinking.
Okay, let's get to online, because actually that is the main thing that has been trending, that what were lifestyle influencers, we fake lifestyles, ati vitu ulikuwa na post si za ukweli, you know. Maybe you can tell us that ulikuwa na wezaje kufund the kind of lifestyle yenye umekuwa ukipost, na pia watu wanataka kujua vitu kadhaa, they want to know about the car and everything.
So one thing, I think every other person who watched me from my previous YouTube, when I was starting, I don't think I was this Nairofey that they know right now. think they will comment and say that. I started as a very humble girl. I was doing very weird videos even when I was starting, because that's what I could afford, and I've always embraced my situation. I'm one person who never puts themselves mali yuko. I've never done that. So I think they have seen me grow. So if I buy a seat today, I will show people I've bought a seat. My first international trip, I took people with me. So I think I haven't faked at any point, and I don't plan on doing that. And my lifestyle has been changing because of my income. What people don't know, when we say this video is sponsored by, when you hear the name sponsored, that means that person is being paid. And most of the brands that I work with are not even Kenyan brands. I think 90% of my brands are international, and they pay fairly, I think. So that's how I've been funding my lifestyle, and that's how I've been growing. Yeah.
Okay, how are you able to get those international brands? You know, also being a brand that is situated in Kenya, sometimes in a challenge kupata the international brands. How do you
Honestly,
get them?
I think all my friends who are content creators, they ask me that because they would love to know that. Honestly,
yeah, we would love to know.
I would say it's positioning. I'm a lifestyle content creator, and I think the content that I shoot relates to people who are not even in Kenya, and also most of my viewers are not even in Kenya. They're sparse like everywhere. Kuna wa Dubai, kuna wa US, and all over. Because the first video that people came to know me of, ilikuwa watu wako LDR na ni watu wengi hawako Kenya. So I think views zangu venye zilienda huko, companies suggest I think my videos, then they find me. Yeah. So I think what I can tell a content creator who's watching this, shoot content that's relatable even outside Kenya. Then the brands will find the need to advertise with you. Yeah.
Okay, you've mentioned about that you've never at any point faked your lifestyle or anything, but there's this video that he shared whereby you were crying. That is the video that he was saying that you've been faking it all along, and you couldn't even afford to go to a hospital. Uko nalia, unasema unataka kwenda hospitali.
Yeah, you know, I haven't seen that.
You've not seen that video?
Yeah, no.
There's a video whereby you are crying.
I couldn't afford to go to a hospital.
Yeah, you are saying unataka, at this point, I want to go to the hospital. You've not, you remember
wow.
that?
He has said that.
He has posted that video.
I know even the video that he has posted, because I know the one time that I cried, and he said I cried because I couldn't.
No, you are saying at this point I can't take it anymore. I want to go to the hospital.
Exactly, I can't take it anymore. I want to go to the hospital. And what did he? I haven't seen that video, but that's so interesting. I think I'll check it after this interview. This is something so personal, but I do have an issue with my ovaries, and I do get extreme pain, and I bleed a lot. And I think that time I even posted on my whatever, because it was a very, very bad situation. I was in pain. I remember even when I went to hospital, they injected me so many times, but the pain wasn't coming down, and the blood was so much. I think the people who are watching here, some of them worked in that hospital. They had to even put blood in my body. So the reason I was crying and saying that, it's because I was alone, and I couldn't, you know, at first it was just cramps normal, and I couldn't take it anymore. So I was telling him, I now need to go to the hospital. So he said, excuse me, why will, okay, assume nilisema juu hivyo juu ati sina pesa. Kwani si bwanangu, si ningemwambia, hey, I want to go to the hospital, si angelipa. So I think if he has been doing that, then that's so crazy. Because I remember I even called my sister and asked her. My sister knows so much about hospitals and all that. Nikamuuliza which hospital deals with hizo, because hata anajua nakuwa na hiyo issue yenye iko karibu na mimi, and she told me just take an Uber na kutumia pin enda huko. And I remember even bled in that Uber so much, and that man was so kind, by the way, and he just said he'll just go and vacuum the car. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's so wrong.
Did he sort the bill?
No, excuse me. I sorted that bill. No, he didn't.
Okay. So moving forward also, I'd like to know hii story ilifikaje hadi ikakuwa sasa imeingia online, imekuwa pia watu maybe kuna watu hawaelewi kama mimi in the beginning was not getting. Mbona hii story inatoka kwa page yenye iko under your name, you know, we were not getting.
So I think, you know, I'm one person who respects family, and that's why I never shared anything, and that's what people are like. Nairofey, you've been a perfect you've been a perfect match, you've been posting these nice things about him. It's because I never wanted to show guys the other side, because at the end of it all, he's my husband. So how these things got outside there, when we started, actually, I think part 2 watakuwa watch by the time they're seeing your video. Tulipoanza kupitana kabisa, I told him I want space. So after I took my space, Duncan is this man And
So how did you take your space? Because you guys are
no,
never
we
even
don't
stayed
talk.
together.
Exactly. I was like, just don't talk to me. We're so toxic to each other. So this is not the first time actually he has done something like what I'm about to say. So the first time he took my Instagram, and I remember even posting and telling people to reshare from now the page that is posing as Nairofey Closet, because I have that one as my backup. So the first time he took my Instagram, and I remember telling people, guys, I've been hacked and all that, please help me reshare, it's not me on Nairofey and all that. Okay, I'm not here to speak ill of him, honestly, but when he does that, he knows I'll be scared and I'll be like, this is my work, now I have to beg him. Even if he's in the wrong, I just bring myself back. So that was the first time. The second time,
he has always
took
had
my
your
YouTube.
passwords,
Yeah,
emails.
he has always had, he's the one who even emails companies for me.
Okay.
So the second time was, he took my YouTube, my Instagram. That time I didn't speak, so people didn't notice. I dealt with him offline. Now this time, he sent men to my house, took my car. I didn't speak because I was like, I'm so done with you. I can't, even if I lose everything, I'm okay. He sent men to my house.
He's still in Dubai?
Yeah, he sent his friends, I don't know if his friends or whoever they are, came to my house, took my car. The second thing, I didn't talk, so it went 2 days. He's like, well, this girl is not caving this time. So the second thing he did, he took my YouTube. I didn't talk. He went, deleted all my emails. I went to log in and I was like, what? Because I was due on some content for companies and all that. And you can imagine up to now, those companies think maybe I stole from them or maybe this. But if you're seeing this, I'm so sorry, it's not me. I didn't talk by there. I was like, I'm so hurt.
How many subscribers did you have?
I was at about 70K. So I was like, at this point, I'm so done. Even if it takes any other thing, I'm okay. So I remember at 2 a.m. I was on my phone. I saw a pop-up. He was trying to log in into my Instagram, which you guys have seen from my video. But I had a two-factor authenticator. He couldn't. So what he did, he now took the Nairofey Closet that you guys are seeing him posting from. So you've seen he has done all this, I haven't spoken. So now he needed to go an extra mile. He posted photos of me and his friend saying, oh, she's been cheating, and which I don't want to go into because I don't want to bring that man in this. That's his private. Yeah. So he started posting from there, and he continued. And I wasn't, by the first day, I think people didn't even notice at that time because it's a dormant page. So I didn't speak to him. So the following day, he now went a notch higher and now started posting very bad things, and people now started DMing me and all that, and I had to now address it. So when I addressed it, it's actually when now it went out because, you know, I had more followers than that page. Yeah, that's how now it came to the public.
Okay, talking of the car, of course, unasema ilikujiwa, and he said, oh, it's his car, akaonyeshana the documents, imeandikwa under his name. Would like to know that car.
I know. So I think kama umewatch video yangu, me, I have always much our family money is or anything. So your time, we went to buy the car with him to Mombasa. And I remember, I think there was a sales lady who knew me just like 2 months ago. That guy is so new. Yeah. So, and I remember we had a very heated argument in that office because he was like, they were giving me a document. They said it's actually written, it's co-shared car. Like, I don't know if it's called co-shared or what, co-owned car. So they told me he said it's a document that caters for both of us. Then when I read it, I was like, no, this is saying one name, then me I'll be under here. No, he was like, no, he convinced me. And by the way, we had a very heated argument because he was trying to make me look like a fool. But he convinced me, and I was like, oh, okay. Then I think I'm the one who's wrong. So he wrote his name and I wrote mine. So when he sent his friends and he said, so oh, take my documents. No, he said it's co-owned. And then I was like, he's my husband. You know, I've never seen him as this person who can be who he is right now. But anyway, I thought it's written under us, both of us. So when he sent his friends that day, that's when I was actually also discovering, wait, they wrote me as a witness. Yes. So yes, I think, by the way, one thing I can say, young girls, before you sign anything, number one, read it. And if you're not sure about something, please call someone and ask them. And also when buying things or when getting into businesses, just have someone who's guiding you or someone you're talking to aside from your partner. That will help you. Yeah. Oh,
so by the time he was coming to take the car,
he took it twice actually. You guys have only seen one video. The other time he sent a man even inside my house at 2 a.m. So I think they will see that in my video. So what he does when we have issues, I didn't want to really talk about him that much. What he does when we have issues, he tries to take something from me that I'll feel like I'm losing so that I can go back to him. I think he had really mastered me. And yeah, that's how he maneuvered through my head.
So the moment you you discovered that the car it's not written under your name, so you just decided to let it go.
By the way, let me tell you, I believe hard work pays. And that's why I even said I won't even fight for anything. But then I even told him, you feel like, you know what, let me tell you, the money has been going to him. Even if I was to go and fight with him, the money is showing it's coming from him. I have no case there, right? So I decided, you know what, if he feels like there's anything that he wants, he can come and take it. What is that? That's an Axela. Excuse me, I will buy a big car. So I was like, just give me some period of time and I think I can get back everything that he has taken. I make money, I work. Yeah, so I think I'm okay.
So let's get to the gifts. People have been like, kumbe, zile zawadi.
Oh, but then that has really been misinterpreted.
Kumbe, msichana alikuwa anatuambia amebaiwa na amejibaia.
Let me correct that.
Pia ile ya maua inasemekana the zilikuwa 100,000.
But they that one no. Actually that one he did it by himself. The question is, where is the money coming from? Is it our family account? Then it's then I don't know. So what I can say is, yo mimi sikukuwa part of it. He actually planned it with my friend, so I didn't know. He totally surprised me, but we all know where the money came from. So at the end of it all, and let me tell you, the time that I started asking him for my account and all that, he said he has been giving me. He appears in my channel, so I should even pay him. I owe him. So that's the time I realized, oh, so even the gifts then I've been buying myself. I treat myself then, yeah. But those flowers, they were innocently from him. Yeah, he's a gifter. He loves gifting. Yeah.
Okay, I want to understand something. So, where sasa pesa yenye umekuwa ukisurvive nayo? Where was it coming from? Is it from brands?
Yeah, brands.
I think YouTube.
Me actually, I won't lie about this. Most of my money comes from brands. I don't have crazy views like you. I don't post many videos like you. So of course, if you're a YouTuber, you can approximate.
Yeah, I can.
So my money comes from brands, honestly. Some brands will pay you through PayPal. Some brands will pay me through M-Pesa, especially Kenyan brands. Some will pay through bank account and all that. So he will take from the bank account ones and PayPal ones. But me, of course, M-Pesa and sometimes we will agree and anipatia pia kwa account yangu inaingia. And I think that's why I mentioned in another video, actually the beginning of the real downfall now, it's when I was in a trip in Mombasa and nilikuwa na expect pesa inatumwa from a brand to me. And I was like, I saw an email, they said, we have wired you the funds, and I'm like, I can't see the money. So I called him and he was like, yeah, they have paid you. And I'm like, no, can you tell them I cannot see the money in my account? And he was like, oh, I forgot to tell you, I put my account. So that's when I realized, oh, I think this is something that will never end. And I think I'll never have a say even when it comes to my money. So I think that was the beginning of the downfall. Because now he was taking even the ones that I'm supposed to get for my upkeep and all that. Yeah.
At what point does he get to talk with the brands?
He's the one who deals with emails. I can even tell you he's the one who bargains. That one I will give him. Because tulikuwa tumeagree in the future he will come and work with Nairofey, the brand, and be the manager. So he was managing that. Alikuwa akuje nimfunze kuedit and all that. Yeah, we were supposed to be a team in the future. Yeah.
So it's been 4 good years. The main question that nilikuwa nimeka kwa Insta story, watu waniambia maswali wanataka wakuulize. The main question that most people have been asking is, within the 4 good years, hakuna mahali uliwahi ona red flags and everything?
I think niliwahi ona, I won't lie. I think I felt like I owe him because I met him at a young age and he made me believe he has really helped me. And I remember he kept saying, you know, you're nothing without me. Nairofey is nothing without me. Every time we would argue or fight, he would really sink that in my head. So I would feel like, oh yeah, I really owe him. Oh my God, he's now 34. If I was to leave him, will he get a wife? If I do this, you know, I used to feel, but then I used to feel sorry for him so much. And I think the reason I persisted, even when I knew he's playing with my head and he's doing all this, is because I felt like I owe him and I'm sorry. I feel sorry for him. Maybe I will ruin his life and all that, yeah.
Okay, let's get to this thing that he has been spreading. Oh, you had sponsors.
Which sponsor, my friend?
And everything. Na pia tutarudi. Okay, this question looks petty, but kuna mtu ameshinda text akisema, "Tunikuulize kama fridge." ati kama fridge ile attitude of fridge ni yako ama pia ni yake ama sijui nini.
I wouldn't say
question.
I know that's a really funny question. I wouldn't now what's a fridge surely. And for the ones who are saying he's saying I have a sponsor, then mbona alikuwa nakana mtu anajua kuna sponsor? Does that even make sense? Will you continue being with someone who's cheating on you? And if I had a sponsor, mbona sikuwa na gari? Mbona sikuwa inunuliwa hizi vitu zenye ninanunua one? I think he's trying, and the reason I think he took down my YouTube is because my journey has been there. Like if you watch me from the first video, you will see me buy even the tiniest things in my house. So if I had a sponsor, I think I would be living in a very expensive apartment or own my home. I would be having all the good things in life, which I don't think I have them by now. Yeah.
So you think maybe he's trying?
No, he's just trying to create his own narrative. I think, after I posted that video, I've been getting so many DMs of people talking to me, and I wish this can reach young girls. Yeah. I think people are saying he's a narcissist. They have experienced that, and I think I'll go for therapy after this, but I need it so much. And he put me in a box, and he will control it the way he wants. And the reason he could do that is because he met me at a very young age, and he isolated me. I was 21, but we started talking at 20. So at that age, I was alone, and I don't know anything. And when he found me, he made sure I don't have friends, and I couldn't talk to my sister. So I think he really took me through, he carved me to what he wanted. And what I can tell young girls is, please, be patient, do not rush into marriage, do not give someone power over you. It doesn't matter if you're 21, even if you're suffering, even if you're sleeping hungry, just be patient and work. At some point, you'll get a breakthrough. Don't let a man convince you cannot do it by yourself. Yeah.
Before we continue, I'd like to know, like, when the news hit the internet, started trending, of course ilianza pole pole. Pia mimi niko naona tu kama ni jokes, then ikafika mahali sasa ikakuwa very serious.
Yeah, actually I didn't expect it.
Ulichukulia aje your family?
Honestly,
your sisters?
For me, what hurt me the most is I have a younger sister. I wouldn't want my sister to go online and see what this man is posting. But I'm really trying. The first thing that came to my mind is not what people think. The first thing that came to my mind, because my sister loves me so much, and my niece, and they stalk me everywhere, and they know my pages. And the first thing that came to my mind is, my sister looks up to me so much, and my niece, she's 5, and she keeps saying when she grows up she wants to be like her aunt and stuff. And I thought, if they go online and find me and those things that are being said, what will she ever even look at me the same way? She sees me as her mom. So I was so hurt. I think that's the only part that really hurt me the most. And the second thing that hurt me is who this information is coming from. How can my husband turn into a cyberbully? How can he be the one who's trying to bring me down? I trusted him so much from a young age, and he's the one trying to bring me down. I think that was the hardest thing for me to accept. But
what about your sisters?
My sister was really hurt too.
Yeah,
I had to move from my house and go to their house, because I don't know if I should say this, but you see, the last call I had with Duncan, he said this.
You called him after?
Yeah, the first time. Yeah, I was
drama.
Before after he exploded Kabisa. I was like, why are you doing this? Why are you lying to people? Why are you posting my things? And he told me, I will make you do it. And I was like, what do you mean you'll make me do it? He said he will push me to the end. And I think that now that he knew he cannot have me anymore, he'll rather me not be alive and me continue, him continuing without me. So I knew
he wanted to kill the brand, or you not be there, like
me not being there. He's that heartless. I came to realize that much
like
late.
He kill you.
I think he feels like I owe him so much. I don't know why, or maybe I have ruined his future for him. I don't know. Maybe I don't know from his side. I just don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so you were saying about your big sister, how he took the news, how she took the news, and how you've been dealing with it.
I think she has been actually the one keeping me sane, and I won't lie, I haven't even been able to eat for so long. I think I've just been in shock. I'm not even depressed. I'm just in shock. Every time I wake up, I'm like, is it Duncan doing this to me? I had so many chances to leave him, but I stuck with him, and now he's doing this to me. So I think, but my sister has just been she has been making sure I'm not seeing anything that's being posted, and she has just been encouraging me and working towards maybe getting back my account, and also the rest of the cases that we will be pursuing soon. Yeah.
So he is actually the one who took your
everything.
YouTube
Yeah.
account. And how do you think you're going to get it?
Right now, we don't know. We are still working on some things which I don't want to talk about. But I think I've made peace. If I don't get it, I'll just start from afresh because I'm Nairofey.
You have actually started.
I think right now we are already at 15,000 maybe by now that we are shooting this. Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, so some of the things that he has been posting is that, oh, you used to feel competition. The screenshot he posted whereby it was a conversation. I don't know whether it's between you and him. You are saying this friend of yours, Naitwa Nani, starts with S.
Yeah, I know her. I think she really requested me to not bring her in this because she has been trolled for wrong things, which is so unfair to her. And
yeah,
has really
my people wanted to understand that why is she in this discussion?
Exactly.
Like,
you know what happened? This man that's bullying us, when he finished the tea he thought he had about me, he now had to look for something new to feed his people, because I think he wants to get audience so that he can be a content creator or something. So because I have seen he's actually advertising his YouTube, remember Ivo?
Yeah, he has a YouTube.
So, let's not even give him the credit for that. So he's trying to bring in so many innocent people, and I'm getting messages, people are like, Nairofey, why am I in this? Can you please do something? And I'm like, I'm not even the one controlling these things. I don't even know what to do. So I would love to keep her out of this, but one thing I can tell you, he will have the story to look how he wants it to be. So don't just believe anything to do with all those innocent people, and I would love to keep them out of this for their privacy.
At any point, have you ever felt like I'm not sure whether you guys are close friends or anything, but at any point, as the screenshot was saying, is that you felt competition. I mean, he was trying to put it like una feel competition or something. I have never felt. But wewe kwa screenshot yako ulikuwa unasema Silantoi is demotivating you. I don't know what.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about her, but that's for a very different reason. Yeah. And why would I feel competition for someone who started YouTube after me? You know, I think even Silantoi told people in her first YouTube video, I'm the one who was telling her start a YouTube. I've been telling her Silantoi can do it on YouTube, and why would they then come and feel competition over someone I'm trying to push for? No, that's the last thing I would.
Always wanted to be her.
Now, why would I be someone who was not even a YouTuber? Why would I do that? And I think it doesn't even make sense. Number one, I'm not here to. I didn't want to talk about Silantoi honestly, but you can check my followers. Why would I want to go back to a list number? Why would I want to go my YouTube behind? I don't think it even makes sense. So I think he's trying to create his own story, and I would love to clear this. I and Silantoi, we've never felt competition for each other, and we are actually supposed to be content buddies, so I don't know why he's trying to put that out there. Silantoi is a good person, yeah.
Okay, people are also asking, since you've mentioned about Silantoi, are also asking about, they have not seen you of late with Shonarwa.
I think you have seen me talk to Shonarwa right before this interview, No, we are good with Shonarwa, honestly, and I think people. And by the way, one thing I decided I won't be bringing my friendships into the limelight, because my friends end up being targets of bullies like now. And also when they stop seeing you, they assume, oh, they're fighting, they're not okay, which is so wrong. Shonarwa and I are very okay. Actually, I was just talking to her before this interview. Just because we are not shooting together doesn't mean we are not okay. We are very, very okay. But the reason we actually drifted, I think, did you hear the audio? Is because at some point, Duncan was feeling like, oh, Shonarwa, okay, he was feeding me, Shonarwa is not so good for you and all that, the content is not good, I think you should pull aside. And I think Shonarwa felt also offended by that, so we pulled aside kidogo, but we didn't, literally we are fighting, no, atujai kosana me and Shonarwa personally, no.
So he didn't want you to do content with other people? He
didn't want me to have friends, yeah, he always found issues in my new friends, which is so wrong, yeah.
Okay, so as we continue, there have been so many things that have been said, a lot of things, but I remember before his story at Ikuja here, Duncan, there's this point whereby I saw your story on BNN, on Telegram, and people were suspecting you're having a new a new lover. I don't know how
I saw that
you're in a
one,
new
yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, does it mean by the time you are ending things with Duncan, you had already found the
No,
love?
no, no.
Ama
I'm
what
actually
has
so
happened?
single right now. I'm even asking Niende Soko Said Gani. I don't know. I can't even remember the life of a single person. Right now, I'm so single. And no, I'm not in any relationship. And I would actually like to preserve that person's privacy because there's so much going on, and I wouldn't want to interfere with that. They requested that for me, yeah. From me.
So all the allegations on LGBTQ, you have a relationship with the lady. I'm not gonna mention the name. They are not true.
I don't want to talk about that for that person's privacy, honestly. Yeah.
How does it make you feel when you see Duncan? Because Duncan has been tagging her,
I
talking
know
about the story.
I think he'll just try and find validation. Let me ask you right now. You're with your person here.
Just a minute. You've been in a long-term relationship. Of course, 4 years in a relationship, it's quite
long.
a long
Yeah.
time. If you ever get, of course, when mtu unafanya lifestyle, at some point lifestyle na family zinaingiananga, at some point come out and find love. Do you ever consider putting it out there?
Number one, I don't think I would. I don't know what will happen in the future, but personally, as I speak now, I don't think I would want to bring ever my relationship in the public. And also, I don't think I would want to have a man who wants to be in the public. I would want to go for someone who's so private, but I'm not ready for relationships right now. Yeah.
Okay, what about what would you say about those allegations that you belong to LGBTQ, sijui nini?
Nimekuwa huko.
Umeenda soko ingine
Nimeshapewa sign.
Yeah, like you.
No.
Unajua the way Duncan is phrasing it is like you cheated. Of course, anasema
No,
you cheated his
actually,
sponsor.
remember the question you were asking before the camera went off. He's saying now the question is who is walking out of the relationship? It's me. If your partner catches you cheating, who's supposed to leave the other? The one who has caught you cheating because you're the cheater.
Yeah.
Why is it that the victim is the one being left? Does it add up? No, it doesn't. So the narrative he's pushing, I totally, I'm just in shock. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay, what about the lady that he has been dragging about the
That's,
issue?
I honestly feel like he has really bashed her and she's being bullied for wrong things. And I would love to apologize to her, and I know he will never apologize, so I'm sorry on his behalf. But I would love to keep her out of this. I think so much has happened to her by now, and it's so wrong. So I would love to keep her out of this. Yeah.
What is your relationship with her, and maybe have you guys been friends? Or
Yeah, we are
anything?
friends. Yeah, we're always together. Not just me. We are even with other people. But he chooses to now phrase it the way he wants. Yeah.
He knew about her from way back.
Yeah, from last year September. Yeah.
Okay, so the main question pia watu wamekuwa wakiuliza ni like why did you guys decide to do it online? Like you never thought of maybe mkae chini muongee, and that time umetuambia venye uliona hii story ulimcall.
Yeah.
Would like to know alisemanga nini?
He said he will push me to the end. I think I said that. And actually, the last thing, do you know how hard it is to go through a breakup online? Because everybody has an opinion about how, some believe his narrative. Some are like, no, you should do this. No, you should. It's so hard to go through a breakup online. Everybody is just feeding my head with things. And the last thing I would want is to do such a thing. Actually, if we were to divorce, I won't lie, I wasn't planning to ever tell we are divorcing. To start with your point, we are divorcing. So if in the previous life we divorced, I wouldn't have posted ever about it. Maybe 1 year or 2 years later, oh, by the way, guys, him and I are no longer together. Because at this point, I wasn't bringing him in my videos, so it was just normal him not being there. So I was planning to keep it off.
Okay, so so far, of course, everything has been said, everything is out there. How are you planning to work on it? Are you just decided maybe utachana nayo, ama is there any way you're going to solve it?
Number one, I think there's nothing like solving at this point because he has done every crazy thing one can do. We'll just go through the process of divorce, and I just want to be done with it and start afresh. I'm one person who loves taking risks. I like that about me, and I think starting a new YouTube is just a new challenge. It's January. I have 12 months to December to have grown that channel, and you never know what will happen in that one. Maybe I'll even now reach a wider audience. So me, I'm okay with starting from zero, and I want to leave him with peace. And I actually said this if he feels like he still wants anything from me that he wants to take, he can take it, so that he doesn't ever reach out to me. I want to cut ties with him totally. Yeah.
Okay.
For him, he wants the online fight because I think he plans on becoming an influencer. And actually, I didn't say this. There's a company I work with called Skillshare. There's a time he used to tell me he wants to do the audio for that part of the advert. And I gave him the chance. He did the audio. I sent I sent the video to be reviewed. And the company was like, no, we cannot, we do not want him. We just know the brand Nairofey. And now that I'm seated here reflecting back, I think he has always wanted to be an influencer, only that I didn't know. Because right now he's really pushing his page and all that, and I'm okay with him being, it can never be saturated online. People will follow you, follow me, and there's nothing you're losing. So if that's what he will pursue after this, I'm totally okay, and all the best to you as you watch this, Duncan. Yeah.
Okay, you know, it gets confusing where you say that maybe he wants to be an influencer or something, but all of us we've assumed that maybe he has a good job out there, kwa Dubai, amekuwa Russia, amekuwa New York. Najua, like he all assume that he is having a good job. Does it mean maybe hana kazi anafanya ama nini na happen?
No.
And also maybe you can tell us about how did you come to realize about bellboy and everything?
I feel like I respect everybody's occupation because we are all struggling, not struggling, we're all working towards a better future. And whatever he's doing is okay, but I just wish he would have been honest with me from the word go, because I don't think I can leave my man because he's a bellboy. Excuse me, this man was helping me at some point. Why would I leave him? So I don't think it's a bad job, but I just feel like he should have been open with me. And the reason I think he would want to become an influencer is because, number one, he knows it pays me, even though he wants to tell people it's a lie. We have influencers here being paid. So he knows it pays me, and I think he feels like if he leaves his job, he would want to, he doesn't own any business, of course. He would want to maybe do this now as his job full-time or something, yeah.
Okay, maybe we can ask, did you at any point ever meet Wow or anything? How was it?
Actually, he really secluded me from his family. And do you know the second time I'm seeing my mother-in-law? It's just last week when I was talking to her about this whole thing that's going on, before he even started posting me online. Because before you guys saw the online thing, he had taken my car, he had taken my YouTube, but you guys didn't know. So I went to meet his mom for the second time in 4 years, and I'm married to this man. The first time I saw his mom was, I think, in 2020, and it was at cafe. Alikuwa amekuja ku meet Duncan because he was going back, and she had to come and say goodbye. That's the first time I saw her. It was just like yeah. So I have never even been to his mom's house. I don't even know if they have red seats or anything. I just know they live. I discovered they live somewhere that I won't mention. Yeah. So we've never had any close relationship, and I think I only met his shosh once, which I did a video kitambo tukena Muranga. That's the time I met his shosh, and I've never met them ever again.
This whole thing didn't bother you at any point? That
it really bothered me.
You're in a relationship, in a marriage, not even a relationship. Haupatani hata na watu. Wow, you know, it's a very crazy
I know. And actually, the first time I felt really bad about this whole situation is when I was getting married to him, and he didn't even tell his family he's marrying me, or even invite his mom or anyone. He just asked his younger brother to come and sign, and that's it. So I think that was the biggest red flag about the family that time, because I felt like he's really keeping me away from his family. There's something I shouldn't know from the family. I started questioning myself, but I just felt like he's my family, it's okay. If he's not okay with his family, I'll just take him and we'll build our own family. But honestly, I'm a family person. One thing I kept saying when I met him, I would want to I don't have parents. So I would love to go into a very healthy family so that my kids can be having a ushago to go to, shosh to go to. I always wanted that, but he never gave me that too. Yeah.
As we conclude, this it's a little bit sensitive, but it's a question and a story that is out there. Of course, there is you who have been linked into LQBTQ and the lady, and then on his side, there are people who are saying, oh, he also belongs there. I don't know how, I don't know where the conversation came from. Maybe you can tell us.
I think actually, I don't want to talk about that because I'm not him. I won't do to him what he's doing to me, so I don't want to fight him. But what I can say is people started saying that long ago. I think even my viewers have just been, people,
how did they know?
People know, they speculated and said this man looks like this, so I think this is something that has always been there, but it wasn't known because you guys, there was no scandal to push that word. But if he is, he is. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Okay, so far so good. Have you guys ever talked apart from you the last time you talked?
No, we've not talked actually.
Has he ever tried to reach to you?
Yeah, there's a time he tried calling me. Actually, there's a time I tried calling him because I was trying to get into my YouTube and we were told I need to change the number. So I tried calling him to see if he can change his mind and just give me my YouTube, but he didn't pick. He called me another time. Weirdly, he asked me, hello, I saw your missed call, and I'm like, are you okay? Then I'm like, you're just from bashing me. Everybody is insulting me because of you, and you're asking me that. That was the last time I spoke to him. So we haven't spoken through this whole scandal at John. Yeah.
Okay, so let's come to, there's something that I watched kwa channel yako and it was a bit confusing, whereby at some point you signed a document, or let's call it a contract, whereby pesa yoyote italetwa na brand Nairofey atakuwa akikula 50%.
Yeah, by the way, that's why I said I think earlier in this interview, do not sign things that you do not know, because right now this is eating me because I never thought I will divorce him to start with. But yes, he did make me sign a prenup that said the brand Nairofey, anything that I will be earning from that point going forward, even after separation, he will always get half of it. I feel like he always felt like he has made the brand Nairofey, so he always felt entitled. And maybe he knew at some point this girl will outgrow me, or this girl will discover these things and she won't want to be with me. So he had to put measures for him that will favor him. So yeah, he did make me sign that document. That's why I said in the beginning of the video, you can call me Esther, because I think we'll have to rebrand from Nairofey so that I can be Esther and be my own money manager. Yeah.
Are you not planning maybe to seek legal?
Yeah, we will do that. Yeah, I have my lawyer. That's why I'm not even talking about some things in details, because it will be a case that will be, we'll be dealing with.
So at all point, pesa ilikuwa inakuanga ni kugawana?
It was family money. And he's the one managing family money. But you know me, I never felt, because the reason people have partners, or the purpose of a family, is to build each other. You have to be joined for things to work. If we are to have a home, we have to bring both our incomes. So me, I never felt any bad thing, and I'm not even pained because I don't regret trusting him and being a family woman. I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe in the future you're gonna work on it, or maybe at some point it will force you to come up with another name.
Yeah, I'll have to rebrand at some point. So I will still also have to get advice about that. But I think I will rebrand to another name. I don't know if it will be Esther or any other. I'll have to rebrand. Yeah.
Okay, what would you tell to your fans online? Of course, I saw you've been trying to push a new YouTube channel, and you posted the first video today and it did so well. Maybe you can tell them something.
What I can say is, number one, thank you for your support. And I think my true fans know that we have grown with them, and the reason I'm even doing this interview and even shooting those videos, it's because of you guys. I feel like you're my family so much, and I wouldn't want you guys to feel like you are not part of this, because you've been part of me through the whole journey, getting married, getting engaged, all of that. You've been part of it, so you need to be part of this too as we change our niche. So change with me, and let's get into the new niche. I love you all so much. You've been supporting me, but they have been getting messages, audios. You guys are just love bombing me. So thank you so much. I love you guys, and we shall do it. Yeah.
What about to Duncan, wherever he is? Of course, I know he's gonna watch this.
What I can say is, I forgive you. Maybe he loves me so much and I didn't know, or maybe he didn't think it will ever get to this point, and he doesn't know how to act. That's why he's doing this. So maybe I can just tell him, I forgive you, but don't do that to another girl, and learn to keep your marital issues to yourself, and learn to protect your woman, because I believe a man should be a protector. And I felt so betrayed when he's the one who's doing this to me instead of protecting me, because if it was the other way around, if someone was attacking him, I would go down for him, but he has been the one to really drag me down. And I think he thought he thought my sister won't know and I would tell her, so he was like, yeah, I will torture her and her alone, and people won't know it's me. He was posing as someone else in the page. So what you did is so wrong. Protect your woman and just be a good person. It doesn't cost to be a good person. Yeah.
Okay, as we wind up, maybe the whole situation, unaweza sema, what have you learned? And of course you've given some tips to young girls out there, but as an individual, what have you learned?
Number one, don't trust someone with your finances. Don't be don't be someone's punch bag, because I was his punch bag. He would just bring his issues to me and just make me feel like I'm crazy. Don't get married early. Don't get married at a young age. And also, do not rush things. Even if you've found the love of your life, please take time to learn this person. And if you're in a long distance relationship, before you get married, just take your time. I think that's the one thing I've learned, because I've not spent a lot of time with him. I feel like I never knew him. I only had this narrative of him, and now it's the time I'm seeing who he is. So I've learned.
How often were you used to see him?
I think every time that I will see him, it will be for maybe 14 days, maximum 1 month. So if I was to combine, it will just be, it's not even a year, it's not even 6 months, maybe it's a period of 6 months. And you know, when you meet someone after a long time, you'll be lovey-dovey, they'll be giving you the best version of them because you're meeting for the first time in a long time. I feel like we never learned each other. Yeah, so I think take time before you get married, especially when you're in long distance relationships. And also what I can say is, young girls, believe in yourself. Doesn't matter what's happening to you right now, just keep pushing, and one day you will make it by yourself. Yes.
Wow, thank you so much, Esther. We really appreciate for your time. Guys, I think at this point you already know what has been happening. In case maybe you have more questions, you can feel free to comment down. Atenda afanye video. Kwake, but guys, I'll pin down the link to her YouTube channel. We know how we do it, Team Mungai Eve. You get to her YouTube channel, you subscribe, we support her, and of course, as an interviewer, I'm going to reach out. Actually, I reached out to Duncan, and he responded. We're gonna try and do the other side of the story. Of course, he's not in the country, but we're going to try to sikia pia kutoka kwake. Unajua, tusikwe tulikuwa one-sided, tusikie pia yeye anasema nini. And yeah, anyway guys, it has been the Mungai Eve Show. In case you're watching this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll meet in the next video.
Okay. Bye.